Hello, welcome back to Thursday's class. Wait, welcome back, but welcome to Thursday's class. All right, today we're just gonna mess around with the logo a bit, and I'm gonna show you a working design process. You know how to do design process, but sometimes seeing other people do it and talk through it is helpful. Now, a lot of you, most of you, will find in your comments posted to the discussion boards where I was like, hey, great. Show me like 5, show me like 10 versions of your logo. I want to see thoughtful tweaks is what I'm looking for. So like this is where I started. This is where we left off, right? We kind of left off here, and I had a couple ideas maybe that I'd do here and here, and I came up with a kind of a final, and then I've done some tweaks on it. So each one is based, like all I'm looking for when I say that is I want you to kind of exhaust all of the possibilities within that sort of like one logo version. So I think a lot of times we're like, this is it and I'm done. And you shouldn't always think about that. Like, but what if I do like move something, or what would happen if I do this? Do something different. And that's what I want you to do. I don't want you to redo anything. I don't want you to start from square one and like he said he wanted 10 more logos. No, I just want you to like look at it. Spend 5 minutes. So maybe like 1 hour total, just 5 minutes or a couple minutes on each one. Be like, okay, if I'm looking at this is start. I got this going on. This is what I got going on, and things are lined up. Okay. 1, 2. Well, what's the difference? I actually made the C thicker. Not a lot. All I did was I was like, this one, what if I made the C thicker? All right, make the C thicker. Keep everything else the same. I made sure it lined up, changed some things. And again, just playing around. Oh, that lines up really well. So just playing around. And I did another one. What if I did and took off, made the C smaller, so celebration may be read easier, which is just taking that C, really only moving the C, and then I put this in here. Well, there's another version. It's all the same. I'm just moving the elements. I'm not changing anything. And I did another one where it's the same one up there. And I, have this in here and this over here. And that's what I'm asking you to do when I say like, show me a bunch more, show me 5, show me 10 more. I just want to see like small iterations, because you may end up being like, oh, you know what? I found out, like I like this better than where I originally started. And so I'm going to use this one from here on out for the design. And it's a-okay to do that. And this is something you would do with clients as well, is be like, okay, here you like that logo, right? We all agreed upon it. Like we're all like, yay, thumbs up. Here's the next part is I'm going to do a bunch of iterations of it. And I want to know if one of them pops out to you. And so that's why we do that. And it shouldn't be, like I said, we're not redoing anything. We're just taking what's there and maybe bumping some stuff around, moving some things here to there, to there, to there, and seeing if something then pops out and you're like, I like that one better. Like I like where this is going now. I think I went with this one. Though now I'm liking this one. And I have to fix that B. I didn't realize. I gotta fix that. Oh, wait, what did I do to change it? There. It's now fixed. I have to do that on each one. But so that's what I'm talking about when you get the review, because people keep joining in, that when I say, hey, do a bunch more of the logo version, just simple pop-ups here and there, try some stuff out. I think I did these 3 in 15 minutes, or these 4 in like 15 minutes. I wasn't really watching the clock. I was just like, okay, move this, adjust that. So go for it. Now, the other part where we started to talk about, you got a poster, we got to do our poster and our flyer like normal. We're talking about, percentage off. And then we have to do the website blast page. I don't know what they call it. The intro page. Let's open it up. this one, instead of Halloween chocolate sale, we're going to have our special thing there. Oh, I want to get rid of you. There you go. So like this is the area that I'm talking about that I want you to work on. And like, that's the website. So when they come to this page, they're going to see that there's a sale going on for Earth Day and your design is part of it. And so I started that and I had some ideas. And so I took one of these logos and I plopped it in. And let me turn off everything that kind of set the tone. I kind of wanted the space background because somewhere on their website, they're kind of hippie-ish. This started way back when, and I don't know, like, if you look at their history, they do a very push pin style illustrations. And it's like all one and the cosmic and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, I want that. And then, of course, I have a white logo. I changed my logo to all white. So if I had iterations, I can have black, I can have blue, black and blue, and then a white for dark backgrounds. And then I was like, well, it's kind of distracting. It's too hard to read still. And so I added a little overlay to darken the sky because I wanted this to pop, I want this to show up in white. And then so I have the nice little all one in there, and this is good. Now this is the part I was thinking about, and I don't know what got me on it. Is this kind of like dancing bottles, but radiating out like very, I want to say like when you see those like trippy hippie videos and they like cut everything in the middle and it's like kaleidoscope. There we go. The kaleidoscope out. And then so I started working on that. And so I got all the bottles from their website, and I just did the standard file. Open cloud documents. And so I got them all, and they came like, this. They're pretty big. Like for what we're using, these should be, pretty good to use, and it's directly from their website. And then I just did the standard, like cut it out. Like it did that. I did a copy and paste. So I have no background. And then I just saved this as a PNG, and you can use that. I can just drop in those PNGs, and then it doesn't have a background in it. You do a Photoshop file, but PNGs are smaller. And so I brought them all in. As you can see here, I got like there's 7 flavors, 7 scents. Can't say flavors. Somebody's going to eat it. And then I just kind of started. And so I was like 7, and this was the pain in the ass part, was I found the central, I made a circle around the C, found the middle, and then counting like from the start to approximately end of the C, I wanted 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 systems in there. And again, I can't say I'm going to keep this 100%, but this is what I'm going for. And then I can just line that up, those lines. I can take a scent, get it over there. I can bring it in, and I'm just looking to match up approximately. At this point, it's approximately. If this was a final, I'd be like exactamundo. But like making sure that little dimple and that little dimple are as close to that line as possible. And it's got the snap is on, so that's really irritating. I turn off snap a lot when I'm doing fine design. But that's really good. And then I'm just gonna line it, like pop it right there. They're all kind of like touching. It should be centered and touching. That one needs to move over. I can just tap it over with the key. It needs to go up. And so that's where I'm starting. I'm putting spearmint here, or peppermint, spearmint? Peppermint? Peppermint's like their #1 seller. It's the one I heard about first. I am a user of Dr. Bronner's as well. But so this is where I'm going. Like, so I wanted this kind of Cascade, or not, Kaleidoscope. And then I was working on it, and I didn't want to get too far ahead because, of course, I like to try to work and talk and have it be a little bit more entertaining than just showing you like, this is what I did, then I just did this, and then I just did this. So I'm getting these down, and then the next part I was like, oh, you know what, I got to trace these. And so then I'm thinking like, what's the quickest best way to do that? Because I want the outline of the bottle, I think, too. So I want both the product, and then I want to be able to make the outline. And it should be pretty easy, but I already started messing with these, which is the bad part. Oh no, I can just place a new one in. I'm gonna leave that go like that. And then now that I have all that lined up, I can turn off that. Nope, turn off the other one. So that's there. Like, so I'm kind of starting with this Earth Day celebration. That's kind of like looking like what I want. But then I was thinking about making those vector and then having more. And then maybe radiating out more. Here, this is all 7. Do I definitely stop it right here, or do I add in the middle smaller ones or little overlaps? And so what I'm just going to do is just open up a new layer, and I'll go File, Place. I'm just going to, it doesn't matter which flavor I place. And then make it smaller. Oh, and I didn't make you all watch. I sat and I did. Where are they? I did these lines like 6 times. I started one, and then I would like just arbitrarily pick a number and then like do the radial repeat until I got it to where I wanted it, approximately. I can't remember the exact degrees. If I go in here, I think it's, if I double click that, 40 degrees to get 7 space between. But I did it like, a bunch of times. So first time, it's not always right. You got to sit there, go back and forth. Don't worry, we all do it as designers. It's some of the, the computer can't do it all. And we have to sometimes do it by hand. Or if we don't know how to do it quickly, you just do it by hand to be done. Let's reduce the size of that. Zoom into it. Zoom in really big. And then I'm just going to pen tool it. I'm going to do a very quick job on this. So don't give me a hard time. Let's go back up. That's already bugging me. And I'm only going to do half the bottle, then I'm going to flip it and join it. And because that was not letting me grab what I wanted. All right, go down, flow out. Their bottle is somewhat iconic in 2 ways. If you've been doing your research on the client, this is like the standard bottle that the soap is sold in, and they have different size of the same shape and style of bottle. And also the moral ABCs, which are written on the bottle, which come from Dr. Bronner himself, wrote everything that's on the bottle. There's like some, I don't want to say there's like 2,000 words or something like that written on the bottle. And it's all about like being nice and a moral compass. And yeah, he calls it the moral ABCs. He was quite the person. I'll just leave it right there. When you find out about, read more about him. I've never read the bottle, but I know about it. I've read parts of it. It sits in your bathroom. I don't know. Read it instead of reading a magazine or your phone. Let's get this flipped. And I'm just going to push it in and join it. I'm going to reduce the size of that one. So I want that curve, but I want to make it shorter without disrupting that curve, because I want to join them. And this is just a quick way. Down and dirty sometimes. getting exact where I want it to be exact. All right, then delete that, do out, zoom back in, push that over. Oh, I didn't do it enough. Okay. Well, here, just for the sake of getting this done, I can grab those and I'm gonna join them. Control J, that joins those. The bottom overlaps. So that's a kind of a faux pas. I shouldn't leave that, but I can fill it and then have that be that. So now I have like a bottle and it's solid and it's the correct shape. And then if I wanted to, I can like just, you know, duplicate, make the colors, like I'll sample the color from like rose, get it like a right good area. There you go. And then I figure out like, do I want those in there? You know, like put these in, but like maybe smaller and more of them, like so that they radiate out. I'd have to get more of these lines going, or you could do the smart thing and just duplicate this and rotate. The problem you run into, the problem I realize when I do this is if I rotate this, which is fine, my center point leaves. It's not a big deal, but I lose like the 7. So I got to bring this down. Again, it can just, I'm doing somewhat down and dirty. So those are approximately split. And then that way I can do that guy. And this I can then do, this is actually easier. Once I get this one set, like if I do it right there, and say I want that one right there, I go here to the rotate tool, I hold down Option, see that little tail come out? That's Option. That means I can set my rotate point, and I'll go right in the middle, click once, 40-degree angle, preview, yes, I'm gonna hit copy, and then just duplicate all the way around. And then, so now I can work like, maybe just take those, and then make a new layer, and then maybe lock the one, grab all of them. Let's do the blue. Then I can make them bigger. Oops, I don't want those side ones messing with me. Let's get back to centered. And then I just kind of keep messing. You can make them bigger and then rotate off, you know, like in the middle, and then you do another set, and then you kind of keep just playing with that idea of, you know, continuous kaleidoscope of scents and using their colors, you know, not adding anything new. And that's, you know, kind of somewhat, I can't say that's direction 100%, or I have to work with the colors. I have to make sure that the bottles stick out. It actually may need more information. Let's lock the bottles. I should call this bottles so I know. And then we go in and turn that off. And then like these can get deleted. But I wouldn't delete that until, you know, I deleted them, but I'd make sure like I have, once I started this path and they're all equally spaced and I keep adding and I make my whole hippie kaleidoscope, like, you know, like maybe downplaying those a little bit, not the logo, of course. You know, but maybe, you know, pushing that idea back, that's a little bit too dark for the reds, but you'd have like just a bunch of each color going around. And then that way, like when people log in to the Dr. Bronner site, this is what they see. You know, this is what they would see as their intro and shop now and all that kind of stuff. So that's some of the fun where it's like start to play, you know, like maybe this is a design where you play a little bit more with the product and the product imagery. I feel like we've been like maybe even the last, not everybody, but like the last assignment, we did a lot of like vector based stuff. Maybe we play around. Maybe you play around with the bottles and the bars of soap too. You know, like the soap comes in bars and bottles, and they're different size bottles. So play around, you know, and that's what I'm kind of saying. Like, let's, you know, try new things, try a different way to think about how this, you know, how these posters or flyers should look. Like this is almost like, well, if I complete this kaleidoscope of stuff, this could be, you know, the flyer for, you know, and kind of be like, this is it. Like it's Earth Day celebration. I think it kind of looks cool. Like it gets it, you know, hopefully there's understanding there with the client and the consumer. And so you can do that. Let's see, shop. Size. I mean, you can buy a gallon of it. Not many people do. I buy that in a gallon, but I'm looking for the bar. Here's the bar. You know, the bar looks like the bar. You can use the bar, use like the bar and the bottle. I wouldn't go, yeah, and keep it proud. Yeah, with the soaps, we're only talking about the pure Castile liquid. So it's this, or this. You know, I don't care about the toothpaste or the sugar soaps. So that's what I'm really pushing is just their soap, like one product. Even though it's 20% off or 25% off the entire website, you go with their number one product right there. So cool. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Wonderful. Well, everybody have a great weekend. Start to enjoy Halloween. It starts tomorrow for me. So enjoy, have a great weekend, and you know how to get a hold of me, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.